Hey guys, how you guys doing? Are you guys enjoying the last day of 2019? I am. I'm having quite a good day so far. I adopted one of my dreamies for my Animal Crossing New Leaf Town and my Bath and Body Works things that I ordered on Christmas Eve just came in. So I'm in a pretty good mood. But at the same time, I'm feeling a little bit bittersweet too, because it's the last day of the year, and it makes you. I mean, you feel excited about a new year starting, but at the same time, you feel kind of nervous because you're gonna miss the old year and you're gonna be skeptical of what the new year has in store. So, yeah, I also feel a little bit bittersweet. And not only it's gonna be a new year in a few hours, but it's also gonna be a new decade. So yeah, it's gonna be a new decade. It feels like last decade just started, 2010, and now we're already going to be into 2020 in a few hours. Like damn, this time just flies by so fucking fast nowadays, and that's what this video is going to be about. This video is going to be about how time flies when we're having fun, and it drags ass when we're bored. Since today is the last day of the year and decade, I thought this would be the perfect time to do this rant. But yeah, don't you guys hate that? When you're enjoying yourself, I don't know, you're either enjoying yourself or you're having a good sleep, and it feels like a couple of hours is just like a few seconds. That's what it feels like. It feels like when you're like having a really fun time, or when you're sleeping, you're in a deep sleep, it feels like a couple of hours is just a couple of seconds. It goes by so fast because you're having fun. And then when you're bored as fuck, time goes by slow. I know I graduated, but I'm just using this as an example, that happened to me in the past. I would be in a class that I didn't like, let's say I was in English class, and we were reading a boring story or doing a boring assignment on a boring story. And it would just take for fucking ever for the freaking class to end. I would look at the clock every 30 seconds, and it feels like I would be in English class for hours, seriously. Because, that was my least favorite subject in high school. Shauna, you left to right. Why do you hate English class so much, Shauna? Here's the thing. English, in high school, English class is, it's not, it's not really about creative writing. I mean, there maybe sometimes a little bit, but it's mostly about reading boring ass medieval time stories and answering questions about them. And, you know, when something bores me, I have a hard time paying attention. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, why can't it be the other way around, you know? Why can't time fly by when we're bored, you know, and go by slow when we're having fun, you know? That would make life a lot better. But looking at life as a whole, though, oh my gosh, you know. It just seems like every year goes by faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Like, seriously. Like, you know, when you're a child, you know, when you're like a little kid, it doesn't seem like time flies by very fast, but as you get older, you know, time seems to fly by faster and faster. Like, when you're like a little kid, like, an entire year, and, you know, 365 days, you know, it took forever, you know, it seems like it would take forever when you're a kid, but, you know, when you're an adult, 1 year is nothing. Fuck, 10 years is nothing. Like, seriously, like, I seriously remember New Year's Day, or at least New Year's Eve, like, you know, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve of 2010 coming. And it really doesn't seem like it was that long ago. It's just like, slow the fuck down, okay, time? Seriously. I mean, I'm telling you, if time continues to go by faster and faster and faster, I'm gonna be an old lady before I know it, you know. I want to stay young, you know. I want to stay young. I don't want to be old. Seriously. I might do a rant on aging when, you know, I might actually do a rant on aging later on. But seriously, like, people are always telling us to, like, savor the moment, and, you know, some people act like that time just goes by so slow when it freaking doesn't. And you know what pisses me off? People will use excuses like, oh, that's still so-and-so amount of time away. Oh, so-and-so is still a long time. I hated when people use those excuses. Like, I'll tell you, like, I can remember this one time, I think it was like in the evening sometime, I was 8 years old, and I was actually worrying about getting shots because I knew I had to get shots when I was 12, and my mom was like, oh, that's still 4 years away. That 4 years did not seem like long ago. Heck, that was 13 years ago now, and it doesn't seem like that long ago. And then I remember another time, more recently, you know, I was in my teen leadership class. I was getting upset because the first few weeks were already over. And then I was like, we only have 15 and a half weeks left. And then Miss Marley was like, that's a long time. No, it was not a long time. It flew by. Like, it flew by beyond belief. I mean, I get that, like, you know, only 2.5 weeks went by and there were still 15 and a half weeks left. But still. And don't you guys find it funny how it's mainly the adults who use these excuses? Who use excuses like, oh, that's still a long time away. Oh, that's still so-and-so amount of time away. You know, it's mostly the adults who use these excuses, you know, or people that are older than us. Like, if it's a kid using these excuses, like a little kid, or at least someone that's younger than us, you know, that's understandable because, you know, when you're a kid, you know, children have different they have different senses of time than we do, you know. Time goes by slower for them than it does for us adults, you know, so, and they don't, and you know, they don't understand yet that time goes by faster when, you know, as they grow, you know. You know, they don't know that yet, so it's understandable for kids to use excuses like that, but, like, you know, adults should know better, especially ones that are older than us, you know. They, of all people, should understand where we're coming from when we're, you know, talking about the future. You know, they should understand that a few measly months is not that long. You know, seriously. Or even a couple of years, you know. I mean, that one's more understandable, but still. You know. Oh my goodness, like, I just moved out to West Texas. Like, it's been 6 months already. 6 months since I moved to West Texas, and it seems like I've only, it feels like it's only been a couple of weeks or something, seriously. You know. I feel like it should like be 2012, 2013, 2014 or something, you know. I feel like it should, I feel like the year should still be one of those. But no, we're already going to be entering 2020 soon. I'm sorry, I know this rant was kind of boring, but I just had to do a video on this. I know some of you guys are going to be like, Shauna, chill the fuck out. You're only 21, you know, you have your whole life ahead of you. Let me explain something to you guys. You know? Time goes, you know, you guys will not, when we guys, as we guys get older, you know, when we enter our middle age / senior citizenship, you guys will not be saying that. You guys will be looking back and, like, you know, Shauna was right. Shauna was right to warn us about this 30 years ago. You know, you guys are gonna think back and admit that I'm right about how time just flies by too fast. If you guys can figure out how to make time to slow down, then you can tell me to stop to worry. But until then, you know, just trust me. Well, that's all I have to say for now. I don't know what else to say. I'll see you guys later.